in the series, Michael, about how this franchise is always kind of built around speed. And I said, you've got Prado, Linda's in this lineup that in the minor leagues were #1 home runs last year's in the minors for Prado, which was second.
It's been over 200. They can't keep their star players. I mean, Carlos Damon and Jermaine Dye. So, I mean, I think that goes into that as well.
The team around speed in St. Louis also. And it just, there's been tech. George Brett even stole over 200 bases. So it was just a style that kind of.
Just 119 for Balboni. Last 8 against the Yanks. His first 5 big league hits. That's foul back. Did you like Kaufman Stadium better?
Grass. I mean, the turf obviously helped as a hitter because the gaps, the ball, say, turned it over to natural grass.
1-2. Groundskeeper for all the Super Bowls, and you know when he was the groundskeeper when they had artificial turf. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No. Just missed.
We still tell you that mechanically everything is right on time when you can drive the ball.
Fly ball left field. Benintendi turned. Well, the MLB trade deadline is this Tuesday, and yes, we'll have. I was talking to Vinny Pasquantino behind the cage, and he said, "When did you guys know?" Now he was here early on Friday, I believe. 1-1, 1-1, bunted straight up in the air, and a nice play by Higashioka. Has retired 8 in a row. And we go to the bottom of the third, 0-0.
I spoke to Luis Severino, who told me that he stopped feeling pain in his lat catch at about 60 feet, and that is today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein. Zach Britton, they're getting that remains to be seen, but think about that piece in the bullpen if he's anything. If you say so. But hey, a lot of good news on the injury front. Aaron Boone.
Man to the closer, and he could step in if he's what he used to be. That one's popped up left side. It falls in foul territory. Carpenter will get another swing.
I'm taking a weird route because I'm where I'm positioned to start with. Good.
So 1-2 on Carpenter.
Faced them a lot. This will be the 32nd at bat, batting average at .323. So
ripped down the right field line, and he's in there with a leadoff double. The Yankees' first hit.
Swing is right now just straight to the baseball, and as a lefty you just have a tendency, to me, are really simple, just pretty much see the ball, bat goes.
His 15-game hitting streak snapped yesterday, and it's it right back to Greinke. One away.
Greinke does very well over his career. He's won some Gold Gloves. He's a tremendous fielder.
Now Greinke operated with the Diamondbacks in 2019. He took a no-hitter into the 7th inning, but it was broken. Ground ball up the first baseline. It stays foul.
Well, we talk at the ball and play the other way because he's not going to give in where a big swing is going to give in to you and just give you a pitch that you can lean on in a fastball count. So
you got to think that he's looking at Higgy and then turning the lineup over with DJ. I'm sure that you used to look at this as a catcher that you just have to have if you're a pitcher.
Foul back.
You have LeMahieu and Judge behind you. You're going to get some pitches, and he just had one.
High pop up right side. Murph. Well, today the New York Liberty are at Barclays Center for a matchup with the Phoenix Mercury. Stream the King in the first.
Greinke's gotten off to a good start, so struggled on the road.
He was with the Royals, and he took the loss against Al Leiter. Heidi, spring training in 06, he left the game, and the Royals won the Cy Young Award in 09. Be a GM and put a team together. Likes the inside. Right back to Greinke. And that'll do nothing. Bronx Bombers, we might spotlight you in a future game. And that's a nice bounce back from yesterday. You know, if it wasn't, we mentioned this yesterday, if it wasn't for, same thing with Jeremy Pena of the Astros, but Rodriguez was just put on the IL like that. So George Kirby started for Seattle today against Houston, and he plunked.
We saw the big fight with Brett and Nettles, and you know, the one that I have is how big it was. It took him to the World Series, but the fans running on the field and him just bowling people over.
That one is skied out to right after the field was cleared. They had Chris come out to the field and step in the hole where home plate stormed the field, as you could tell, and they stole home plate. And now, from a broadcasting point of view, Paul,
I love looking at some of the,
you know, if you don't find it today, you'll find it tomorrow. He was always confident.
2-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. Can you imagine how burned he would have been if that ball was caught by Hal McRae? That's when they used to have active players do those playoff games. Guy in that booth was that day? Reggie Jackson.
Oh.
Now, have you ever watched the replay of 1-2 on Dozier? One, 2, inside, 2-2. Four-game sweep. The Royals obviously looking to salvage one game. Just
right. This is a pitch you usually see called. Obviously, top of the strike zone.
Tap slowly up the first baseline. Rizzo fields, and
times I don't care if he's leading off or hitting third in the inning, that you're just going to have to pitch around.
Well, we've told you many times the year that Aaron Judge is having. We've decided
down has allowed him to get his hands away from the body and quicker to the baseball. Those pants up to try to get that low strike not called, which they still call against him.
Forward a little bit more, made it a little tougher.
Yeah, you know, thinking of getting his hands away, it just gives you a little bit more time and a little more time to has a front side that he just absolutely hits against. And
Greinke deals the 3-1. Ball 4, so Aaron Judge.
Game to go.
So the Audi scoreboard, 0-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th.
A whole lot since then, and he said he just remembered being so nervous. He was practicing. He got the 200 home run ball yesterday, and he'll likely give that to his parents as well.
For Aaron Judge, there's a ground ball to third. There's one. On it, assume the double play.
Well, we've seen some space.
Paul, I think that they're going to complain here that Judge went
at the big league level. Garcia, the throw up the line a little bit.
That's the throw to just ride a little bit to the outfield side. I think that's what Matheny's saying. 5-4 force. As you can't assume the double play. Well, okay, you took the out at first. The ball is. You know, we talk about scoring rules a lot.
Change the rule book. Right? We're starting to change rules in baseball anyway, so we might as well get that in there. When Greinke is at his best, just a lot of soft contact, a lot of balls either in off good. If you're this type of pitcher at hitting spots and thinking along.
We talked about Montgomery's pace being a little bit slower. You watch Greinke, the veteran, with a long time together.
Have you also noticed, John, as most veteran pitchers?
And here we go. that's going to come with it. I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Fame pitcher.
Yep.
And there's
thank you.
He might be one of those guys that doesn't even go. He does have an appreciation for baseball history, though, so my guess is Greinke. All right, so he suggested he be sent back to single A upon his. Donaldson told his manager before the game, I'm going to hit a home run today. And the manager said, guaranteed. He said, absolutely. Donaldson quickly down in the count 0-2. Hit the ball very hard in the second. Was run down beautifully by Taylor. Just last 48 games. You know, we talked to Aaron Boone. He's going to go off on a run and be the Josh Donaldson that we all expect him to be. 1-2.
that you can actually look at and say, you know what, there is bat speed there. He just hasn't gotten hot.
Runs, 35 runs batted in. The 1-2 missed outside, 2-2. Grounded to third. Dozier